Breaking news story this hour, the SACP has re-elected most of its office bearers. Nzimande remaining General Secretary, while Solima Paila is now deputizing him after Jeremy Cronin's decision not to stand for re-election. Our political reporter Tulasizwe Simelane is at Boksburg for us tonight. Good evening to you, Tulas. From what we were seeing anyway, a very smooth election process.
Yeah, absolutely, Kathy. I think that the SACP will be very pleased with the outcome of its electoral process this evening. Certainly, given the reports that had emerged earlier on of the kind of shall we say, friction that had been there around particularly the contestation of Solima Paila. There were indications, and we did get those indications quite strongly, that there was a point at which Solima Paila was said to have decided to not stand for any position in the leadership of the SACP. But in the end, it seems they were able to find some kind of consensus. Solima Paila essentially moves one up and occupies the position that was occupied by Jeremy Cronin, and the position that was occupied by Solima Paila, which is second Deputy General Secretary, is now occupied by Chris Matlaku. The rest of the leadership doesn't change much. Kathy, I'm now joined by Solima Paila, the just elected first Deputy General Secretary of the SACP. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the outcome, Mr. Mapaila, certainly given the reports we got of what had happened earlier on in some of the closed sessions around yourself.
Well, I don't know what we are talking about. The closed session remains closed session.
Let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Indications that at some point you had said you would not avail yourself for any election to any position of the leadership of the SACP. What had led to that?
Well, you've got good tentacles. No, the main issue was an issue we felt that was so strong that personally perhaps it would have made it impossible to carry out my mandate. The seeping in of sense of ill-discipline among some of the few delegates. And I felt that if my name was being used to contest the position of General Secretary or any other position without considering the unity of the organization and the unity of our alliance, I will not accept that, because I'm just a mere instrument, an individual who grew up in this movement. And at any point in time, I felt that if my name is to be used to an extent that it could divide the movement, particularly the Communist Party, I felt that I'd rather not be available for any position. But we had discussions with the leadership of the party, who indicated their own issues, and of course, I then rescinded my decision. But it was intended for delegates. It was an inside matter, because we really felt that at the core of our revolution is to unite the revolutionary forces. And when we felt that that thing was beginning to slip away, I felt that I should not be party to it. And I think comrades have recommitted themselves to uniting our movement as well.
So tell me then, how strong was this push for you to become, to contest the position of General Secretary? We know that even before the Congress, there was already that talk that you should be contesting. The moment is now. How strong was it when you got to Congress?
Well, it's not much about whether it was strong or not, but the issue was the process, the political strategy of the Communist Party over the years that the Central Committee has evolved. You'll know that the Communist Party is the only organization in this country where the last meeting of the Central Committee every year, we invite all our district secretaries. So we share political strategy with them, we develop political strategy for the coming year with them. So to come here and be surprised by a new development of a political strategy, which has not been shared by the general leadership collective in the party, was something that is unheard of. And therefore, it would not have created the possibility for deepening unity within the ranks of the Communist Party, because the 13th Congress Central Committee has delivered here a very united organization in political ideology and strategy. And when that was seeping in and at Congress, we really felt that I, for one, for instance, would not have been party to it. But overall, want to accept the interventions by party members and also the confidence that they've shown in the entire leadership of the Communist Party, to the extent that top officials of the Communist Party were unanimously re-elected.
Very quick question. Your working relationship with the General Secretary. On Monday you said you have a bond that you've developed, a political bond that cannot be broken even by factionalists. But there's certainly a feeling I got in there, the kind of excitement around yourself as a leader of the SACP. What does that mean for the working relationship between the two of you, and given the context we just talked about right now?
We've always maintained strong working relations, and as I indicated, when I came to the party headquarters, I worked under Comrade Blade for many years, and he has contributed immensely in my own development. And even in the current, he's still the General Secretary, even before during the 13th Congress Central Committee, when I was made full-time as a member of the Secretariat full-time, he was still the General Secretary, and he allowed me the latitude to express myself, to raise issues even in my own way within the principles of the Communist Party. And I felt that we've always had a very wonderful working relations, and I could not allow a situation where that working relationship, including the unity of the party, has to be undermined using my name, because for me political positions are neither here nor there. They are not actually, for that matter, important for me. What is important is to serve the interests and the wishes of our members in the organization.
Solima Paila, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, Kathy. He is, of course, the just elected first Deputy General Secretary of the SACP, giving us insights and acknowledging there that indeed our tentacles run deep.
Political reporter Tulasizo Similane out in Boksburg.